take a year-long trip around the world. And did it. Like, cool as fuck. Broad shoulders. He's got one of those Captain America jawlines. I'm not gay. But if I was, like, I'd still want to kick your ass, dude. Put your hands together and give a very warm good heavens Comedy Club welcome all the way from Fukuoka, Bobby Judo.
Man, I was worried that I couldn't follow that debut from Chalice. Now I'm worried that I can't live up to the introduction. Motherfucker. I got some very good advice from a comedian friend, and he said, you can't just go on stage and start doing jokes without at least saying something to address how distractingly good looking you are. So there's that done. Good, now that you've all warmed to me. I got in trouble at work yesterday. I'm a TV presenter on a live TV show, and every week they have a viewer message topic. And this week it was Watashi no bousai taisaku, which means, what do you do for disaster preparedness and prevention? And they asked me, Bobby, that's me, that's my name, Bobby. They asked me, what do you do for disaster prevention? And I said, well, I don't talk shit about North Korea. They did not think that was funny. I'll tell you something I've learned living in Japan, living in Asia. Mostly Japan, but I did live in South Korea for 3 days last month. Fuck you. I was there for 3 days. I was alive the entire time. I'm counting it. With that breadth of experience with South Korea, I can say that pretty much South Korea and Japan are like the same country. For example, both countries fucking hate when I say that. But something I've learned living in Asia is that I can be a little racist. I'll tell you the most racist thing I've ever thought. I was talking to some people about my Japanese wife, and another Japanese woman said, oh, I'm in a mixed marriage too. My husband's from Taiwan. And in my head I thought, that shit doesn't count. I know, it's a little racist. I can be a little racist. I have a lot of issues, I have a lot of problems, and I think my problems stem from wanting conflicting things at the same time. You know, like, I want to be financially successful and respected, but I also want to do stand-up comedy. Only comedians laugh at that joke. I want to be in good shape, but I also want to be drunk all the time. I want to be a good husband and a good father, but at the same time... Hi. I don't think I've seen you here. You guys seen you here? We'll talk after the show. I think it's important to be honest with yourself. You know, have an honest understanding of how people see you. Like, I'm very likable. You know what I mean? It's true. Like, generally, people like me. But at the same time, I feel like later on, if it turns out I was a serial killer, most people will be like, I took my wife and my kids back to Trump's America for the first time this month. Yeah. You know, it's not as bad as you think. You know, a lot of people have the feeling that America is a very divided country right now. But even though people have differing opinions, Americans are all still the same, if only in terms of the volume at which they are yelling their differing opinions at each other. That's still the same. We spent 2 weeks with my family in Florida. I spent 2 weeks with my family. My wife and kids waited at immigration. I'm not complaining, man. I got twin 2-year-olds, and I spent 20 hours flying time with them. We got to customs, and I was like, could you waterboard them just a little bit? so on the flight home, I could be like, remember what happens when you throw a fit on the plane. I did stand-up comedy in America for the first time. I learned from that you guys are easy, man. Holy shit, you're good listeners. Japan is so polite that even the assholes among us, that politeness rubs off by peer pressure. In America, people are like, no! America! It's my God-given right to be an asshole. It's rough, man. And the other thing is, it's easy to do jokes for you guys because we have a shared experience. You know, most of us have that foreigner in Japan experience shared between us, right? Like if you're black, Japanese people might say you're scary, or if you're Korean or Chinese, hate groups might target your school. People compliment me on my chopstick use, so we all face discrimination. I think there's another shared level in that it's a certain kind of foreigner who moves to Japan and starts a career, starts a life. I don't like a certain kind of foreigner. We all think we're better than everybody else. That one hit a little too hard. I do not. I do not think I'm better than everyone. Yes, you do. But it was really interesting because we have all that shared experience. It's easy to find common humor. It's easy to make relatable jokes. In America, everybody is so diverse that for the first time it was like, as a comedian, it's really your job to be more versatile, more flexible, more adaptable, other synonyms. So I was like, I really need to up my game as a stand-up comic. So I wrote some dick jokes. You guys want to hear some dick jokes? All right. Have you guys heard that new hip-hop song about uncircumcised penises and premature ejaculation? No? You should check it out, man. It's called Coming Straight Out the Hood. Thank you. How about this one? Japanese women never complain. Have you heard this one? About the size of my penis. Though it's probably hard to talk with your mouth that full. That's just a joke. All right, how about this one? What's the difference between a condom and a woman? Seriously, man, you are a disgusting human being. What the fuck? I can think of like a million off the top of my head. I don't know. How about one is an object you can cast aside after you come in it, and the other is a woman, you piece of shit. Damn, man. I also learned that everything is relative. It's all perspective, because I did jokes in America, and I said, I'm married to a Japanese wife, we have interracial kids, and a black dude in the audience said, that don't count. Alright, I'm Bobby Judo.
Oh, Judo, everybody!
Hey,
Compared to our next comedian, you have a cool